Toycat, and we're going to do things just a little bit different in today's stream because I am currently just obsessed with the brand new hints that Minecraft have been dropping about their brand new 1.22 item. There is so much I want to say. I feel like it would take up multiple videos if we tried to do that, and so while I work in my Let's Play, I figured why not go through and discuss some of the big hints. So if you haven't seen, there are a lot of different ones that I shared in yesterday's video, but the most interesting one is this, which they shared on their Instagram. Oh no, I'm going away. But as you can see, they shared a picture of Steve dying because he falls off scaffolding, and then these items appearing on the ground. And so, what crafting recipe could you... Wait, we're not at a crafting table correctly. What crafting recipe do you think could use these 5 items? Is it 1 bit of glass, 2 bits of wool, and 2 leather, plus presumably maybe something new? What would this be? Is it a helmet? Is it a type of bucket that can scoop up multiple sources at the same time? I don't know. If you put it on like this, you can see how it's like a glass helmet or like something to keep you safe. You put it like this and you can see how it's a reinforced bucket. Wait, I guess if you do it like this, maybe. What does it mean? Incubator? I've seen this idea too. There are so many fun ones, and the answer as to which of those it is we don't know yet. But I'm looking forward to kind of discussing it with everyone here, because the interesting thing about it is Mojang have done a really good job of getting us all like inspired and excited about a Minecraft update, which I think is always the good stuff. When they drop a hint that gets people speculating and wondering, like, what is missing from the game? Because lots of their other hints. So they've shown water as 2 hints by itself, and they've also shown a sponge being drained. So the idea of a sponge, combined with that, combined with death, combined with the nether, leads some people to say, what about a lava sponge? And I genuinely wonder, chat, would you use a lava sponge if one came to Minecraft? I think I'm quite unique in that I say, heck yes, just immediately. Of course I would use a lava sponge if one came to Minecraft. I've got so many draining in fact, wait. The first thing I want to work on today involves some draining. So I've got so many draining projects in my world. I don't need to tell you that. Here's the ocean I drained in I think a couple of years ago, 2021 maybe. But yeah, here's another project which I have kind of sponge-looking material for. I realized just today while heading home that I never finished building this. I ran out of yellow wool and then figured I'd come back for it later. And that was in 2014 or 15. And so I'm going to do the responsible adult thing. Oh, I put my flowers away. I can't dye my white wool yellow. Whoopsie. I'm going to do the responsible adult thing, and I'm going to forget some of the dye. Then I'm going to say, well, you know, it looks better now than it did before, right? I mean, it's much closer to done now. Also, we could remove this block and make it even... Oh, no, we gotta put that back somewhere. Anyway, so we need to go and get some yellow dye, and then we need to come right back here, I would say. But yeah, the idea of a lava sponge is one that immediately appeals to me. And so I think we have buckets right now. We all see that, right? But even though we've got buckets, it's like... we can use lava buckets once, and then you have to dump it somewhere. You can dump it in the same source, but it's kind of a pain. There isn't really a mass way to deal with lava that isn't just, using... Where did this water come from? There's no way to really deal with lava that isn't just dumping a bunch of blocks on it. I should also bring some sandstone here, is what I'm learning, because I also didn't finish this. Let's make today the day of finishing projects, I think. that's what I'm clearly learning from all of this, is that we got... I need some sandstone, and I need probably to make that right arm too. And I'm gonna need some yellow wool. And let's use both of those things to the best of our ability, shall we? Is there anything else that we could bring back? Let's hope we find out. So also I think they're adding a bottle of water, a British specific water bottle variant. Yeah, for the first time ever, I've seen people being like, wow, I can't believe there's something coming to the UK and not coming to the US. I feel like, for whatever reason, the UK has started to attract and impress at least Minecraft, right? We're getting Minecraft theme parks, we're getting Minecraft McDonald's experiences. Sorry, it's in today's video. It'll be out very shortly if you want to learn about the Minecraft McDonald's thing. I won't go into it again here, but isn't that nuts? But yeah, so like a lava sponge is something that I think would be really cool for me, but I think it's one of those cases where I want something so bad, I'm ignoring the evidence to the contrary. Because if it was a lava sponge, they wouldn't show water leaking out of a tap, would they? That doesn't make any sense for a lava sponge. I don't think so. So I got 15 yellow dye, and I'll grab 15. You know, actually, let's grab 25. I'm gonna go ahead and just assume, make the reasonable and fair assumption here, that I'm probably going to need more of these. So let's put 2 in those in a stack, then put the stack up there. Boom. And now we can go all the way back once we grab some sandstone. Also, new flying mob, says Chang Brian. Oh, should we talk about that? Let's talk about that. So, what is Minecraft McDonald's? Oh, you don't know about the Minecraft McDonald's collab coming? Yeah, Minecraft. McDonald's have just tweeted a picture of Grimace in Minecraft. But unofficially, there's a bunch of leaked stuff that show, which is dumb, by the way. Isn't it funny? Like, you know, we're all excited about Minecraft live leaks. There is a McDonald's community out there that are like, oh yeah, there's a brand new, I think it's Creeper Apple, maybe, or is it Apple, Golden Apple Pie, maybe. But it's they're making like they're doing silly stuff or fun stuff, I should say. I think it's fun. You might think it's silly. But ultimately, yeah, let's go now. Make the yellow dye, then make the yellow wool, and then let's go all the way back. And we'll also grab some endstone while we're here so we can work on the next thing I want to. Because, yeah, I have too much endstone anyway, and I can use that to my advantage, I would like to say. I'm going to actually take some endstone regular blocks and turn them into wools, because I need a ton of those wools. So, will I get something? Simple, I want some weird stuff. Yeah, you know what, you should. Green apple something. Yeah, okay, so endstone brick pools. I love using a stone cutter, by the way. I've got to say, having one in your base is like a must-have. I would even say maybe if you've got like a lot of building you're doing, having one in your like forward base is a must-do. Also, McDonald's is the largest distributor of toys in the world. That is a very fun fact if so. Also, Dasher says, I'm a mod beat boop. Good to see you, Dasher. How are you doing on this fine Wednesday? It's so weird. Without snapshots, I have no idea when Wednesday is anymore, chat. I don't... My week has no meaning. Anyway, yeah, so Minecraft are doing a McDonald's collab. That's exciting. But yeah, so the flying mob. So you know how I'm flying right now? Me and parrots and chickens and phantoms and the dragon, I guess, if we really push things, are the only mobs in Minecraft that can actually fly, right? So that is something that they are looking to change, is a theory. So the place this theory partially stems from is there was a Minecraft Live leak. It's the real shame about, it's the one downside of leaks getting so much attention, is not only are a bunch of people at Mojang incentivized to leak stuff, so Mojang have to be careful about who they share what with. Do you know, but I think this is good, by the way, but do you know the Caves and Cliffs update? Mojang actually just told YouTubers about that early. And then one YouTuber told their, you know, weird annoying friend, and their weird annoying friend decided to leak it and pretend they didn't care. They're like, oh yeah, everyone knows it's a cave update, but no one cares. Or, you know, like they had to like play it off like it was like that. And so then Mojang stopped telling, you know, people, especially, you know, I think it's an interesting reminder if you really upset someone enough, then they're gonna take their ball and go home. And that's what Mojang did in that particular case, right? But similarly, I think they're kind of struggling as a company with the leaks of their Minecraft lives. And so because everyone expects there to be Minecraft live leaks, a lot of people are starting to post fakes. I mean, I would like to be more polite about it, but actually I think I should be less polite. Like, people are posting very obvious fakes, and people are like, well, it was leaked last year, so who's to say if it's real? But I'm the one to say that it's not real. I'm here to let you know that, yeah, there's a bunch of fake Minecraft live leaks. None of them are believable yet. I keep getting you know, messages being like, well, what about this one, Toy Cat? And the answer is no, it's still no, still not believable. Would be nice if it was believable, but it is not believable. So now we'll put that back, and now we fix the Toy Cat statue. Yeah, look at that, and he's got like a proper nub for an arm rather than nothing. I think that's a great improvement, personally. This is Cyborg Toy Cat. He rules over the TU-31 world. Don't ask what that means or why. Anyway, is the underwater desert temple done? Yeah. Why would it not be done? Oh, unless you mean like the interior. You know, that is a part of being done, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, the flying mob is a product of one of these leaks, but it's a very, very, very fake leak. They used AI to get Lady Agnes's voice. Which, I don't know, like, I feel like crosses a line to me because I bet Lady Agnes doesn't like that, you know? I feel like that's an important thing. The one leak I saw, I kind of believed. I wonder if it's true. Yeah, there is, to my understanding, you know, within the cult of Minecraft superfans, there is no leak that is believable yet. If that changes, I will let you know. What is that tree doing, by the way? If that changes, I'd be happy to let you know. If you think that you have something legit, send it to me, and I'll let you know why it is not, or is, because it might be. It might just be that I haven't seen it. But yeah, I think so. One of the leak that came with the AI-generated Lady Agnes, it came out with the bold implication there would be a brand new rideable flying mob in Minecraft. And a lot of people get defensive whenever there's leak, being like, I'm not going to share it because I want it to be, you know, like, I don't want it to be spoiled or anything. And I think that's kind of like a noble goal on some level. But I also feel like it's kind of ignoring the reality of, like, what is the difference between learning now and learning later? I think a lot of people specifically like the idea of learning early. Also, let's put these blocks down, like, below the walls and see if that adds something. I think it kind of does. And then let's just continue building the end stone bricks around the side here. Doesn't the amount of regrettable things in your world overwhelm you? It does for me in my 10-year-old world. Oh, that's like a life question, Vartelli. Does the amount of regrettable things in your life overwhelm you? Like, it might, but you have to decide at some point that you're not going to let it, right? You have to eventually say, like, yeah, the purpose of regret, the purpose of feeling bad about things is to avoid doing them in the future. But if you regret things so hard that you do nothing in the future, then you're using regret incorrectly, is my take on the matter. So let's put some blocks over there. And let's put these, like, down there, too, just to make it look like that. I think this is very ugly, by the way. I feel like it's probably worse than if I did nothing. But I'm committed, and... or maybe we could put, like, a... No, that's bad. Let's definitely just make these into wider blocks. Because eventually it'll look like we placed 2 blocks and the walls are, like, halfway up. Which might be a good thing. I think I also need to put some stairs down on this bottom ground floor. I think they definitely benefit from that. But, yeah, like regret is just an emotion that exists to remind us the valuable lesson that we can do better. We always can do better. Every day you wake up and you are making mistakes. Every day you are waking up and you probably are doing things that are harmful to yourselves. I don't know, like, but it's better to use regret as a way to do better things than to be like, I don't want to do anything because I'm worried about regretting it. Because if you do nothing because you worry about regret, then, you know, then you're using the emotion wrong, I guess. And that's pretty easy to say. Like, I think using the emotion wrong is, like, a very common flaw that we have. But I think it is quite true in that case. Anyway, I'm going to use some of my bamboo that I have just around with me at all times to fill in this floor right here. Because I feel like this could also do with a little bit of work. At the very least, like, let's make the most major parts of this actually built, like the back here. And that should make the whole place just a little bit nicer to work with. Anyway, speaking of nicer to work with. So, you're making a 1940s US schoolhouse. The exterior is giving me those vibes, except pink instead of red. You know, maybe we should build out of mangrove wood to make your dreams come true. I'll be honest, I can't picture a 1940s schoolhouse. But I'm now going to choose to believe you all live in pink houses. Or you all go to school in pink houses. And there's nothing you can do to stop that. So I'll bring in some extra glass, I think. And then build some extra windows around here. But like this, you know. Also, oh, there's no windows on the ground floor. Also, I got an armadillo scute. When do you ever get an armadillo scute? Just by chance, chat. Yeah, it's the top floor that's meant to have the windows. So let's build some windows in. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, so Minecraft Live came out, and there was a big leak that there was going to be a flying mob. But, again, the leak, to the best of my knowledge, you could easily regret doing nothing as well. Says this is Chris. Yeah, I think doing too little is such an easy regret. I think probably the most interesting thing you'll learn about life from like older people is they're all, you know, they never say like, oh yeah, I wish I'd never, you know, like asked the girl out. I wish I hadn't gone for that job opportunity. But, you know, like people rarely say like, man, my biggest regret is I just did too much. They say the opposite, right? And so that is the most useful thing, is that it's worth going into things being bold and learning, you know, like to, I don't know, what's the silly phrase about this? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission on some places that is true. In some places it's not. Do not use, I'm not your lawyer or your ethical advisor. But there are lots of things where you'll find you are better off, you know, trying to act first and make it right as you go, you know? I think that's weirdly enough, that's the best advice for like starting YouTube. It's really, no one ever starts with their first video being their masterpiece. Some YouTube channels actually do, I think, these days, but most channels don't start that way. You start making garbage, and you make 50 pieces of garbage, and then eventually one of those pieces of garbage isn't so bad anymore. My biggest regret was not subscribing before my house burnt down. Yeah, very true, very common regret. A lot of people run into this problem, and I'm glad to be the one to tell you that you can solve it right now by just hitting that simple subscribe button. And I know you secretly want to already, so just press it. That's a terrible pitch too. Like, I know you want to subscribe. You know, you might not want to subscribe. You might be annoyed at all the YouTubers telling you to subscribe. You might actively think, nah, who's this guy telling me how to live my life? And the answer is no. You're right, actually. Maybe don't subscribe, just to show me who's boss. Anyway, so the important thing about regret is that, yeah, it serves a purpose, but if you let it rule too much of your life, then you'll cause yourself a lot of problems, I would say. Anyway, yeah, with regards to the flying mob, so there was a mob that came out as from Minecraft Live as being the next Minecraft mob, but the truth about where this mob actually comes from is to do with add-on stuff. As best I can tell, every Minecraft Bedrock update adds a bunch of content to the base game. So, you know, the player locator bar is a great example. The bamboo planks, the cherry planks, you know, like content for the game. But especially nowadays, Minecraft is pivoting hard towards making sure that there is a lot of content for what you might call content creators. In the day, this might have meant YouTubers or whatever, but nowadays it especially means, I think I should just like close this off. It's kind of an ugly corner otherwise, right? Nowadays, what Minecraft means when they say creators is they mean map makers, or on Java you could argue like mod maker, but you know, people who make things. I guess also add-on creators. But Minecraft yeah, and so they've been adding a bunch of different tools that are useful for anyone who is creating maps, including the brand new edition of there's now the ability to make rideable, flyable mobs. This is something we don't have in Minecraft. I showed it off in a recent video. You can ride a flying bee. In fact, Dasher, you were the one riding the flying bee. You can confirm for anyone who hasn't watched that video that you were riding a flyable bee in Minecraft, you know, vanilla, I guess, but like it was a Minecraft pack. But she didn't download any mods or anything like that, to the best of my knowledge. Also, I can't wait to use the time machine and visit the IBX, the first and second. Wait, is that going into the past or the future? I don't know. Am I IBX not the first or second? Also, good to see you, Darren Hughes. Hope you're doing wonderfully today. Remember, chat, if you ever feel about yourself, no one is perfect except for Darren. Strawberry Milk House, Golden Retriever. Loving all of this stuff. So, yeah, the weird thing about the flying mob stuff is that it's there for add-on creators to make flying stuff. Also, Togat so pixelated on my screen, he truly belongs in Minecraft. You know, Dasher, appreciate the appreciate the lengths you have to go through to watch this stream, given your country's opinion, given our mutual international problems with that stuff. Will there be flying rideable mobs in Minecraft? So, here's the thing. They could be adding this ability for add-on creators because they're intending to add it to vanilla. So an example of this might be what is the feature I'm thinking of? The wolves. So these are bones, right? You can use bones to tame wolves. And what's interesting is now wolves, you know, these bony mobs, or these bone-loving mobs. Now wolves are, I'm going to actually take some of these and take them into bone meal. Someone said I should do that in a recent video, and I thought, that's smart. I'm going to do that. So that's what we're going to do right here. But yeah, so wolves are a mob that have lots of different varieties now. If you haven't used that enough, there's like 7 different sound profiles for wolves. And so at the same time they added these sound profiles for wolves, they said, oh yeah, if you're a creator, you know, if you're if you're making stuff, you could also use this for your own custom mobs. And so now you can make, oh god, it's such a nightmare doing stuff. Okay. So now now you can make custom sounds for different mobs in your add-ons and your maps, etc. Oh, it's taking my bone blocks and making them into bone meal rather than this. Ugh, a mess. So now I've got 37 bone blocks, and now my bone storage is slightly more efficient than it otherwise would be. Nice. Was that worth doing? I think debatably. Also, is this a mob drop, the armadillo skew? I don't think so. I'll put it in there. I think it's a fan, says Cryptic. Oh, the fan could be a way to dry stuff, as well as an explanation for how Steve died. Oh, I like that idea a lot, actually. You know, so I'm going to have to leave the birds thing behind. Sorry, I did a really bad job at explaining that. My brain just started working slowly. You know, scary. I can't dislike the wolf emotions because you can't tell like pandas. But yeah, so they added the wolf emotions to add-on creators so they could add it to the base game. But they did that simultaneously. Whereas they've added rideable mobs to Minecraft in the last few updates. They keep adding new things. Is that because they're working on rideable stuff behind the scenes? Genuinely, the answer is maybe. I think that making a rideable, flyable mob that isn't buggy on Bedrock would be so hard. And so that could be how they're going to do it. But we'll come back to that because the really interesting idea that was just posited right now by... oh, I lost it. But no, I want to find it. I like your idea there. Also, thank you, Dash, for saying the streams work the effort. Cryptical FBG suggests that it could be a fan. And I am a fan of your idea. Let me tell you that. I'm going to grab some cherry logs while I'm here, by the way. I've got so many cherry logs. I've got too many cherry logs, I would say. Yeah, so I'm just going to take the 7 and then also take some from here, maybe. Oh, I've got some slabs I can use for something. So let's take a few of these stacks out. Put some of those stacks in here. Oh yeah, you know, this is the problem with Minecraft having too many varieties of wood, chat. I think what I'm going to have to do, actually, is I'm going to have to start making this second chest exclusively for those weirder types of wood. So we'll put cherry and mango. Yeah, there we go. Let's move all of these blocks into here. I'll do that by... pro tip, if you want to organize chests, here's the easiest way. Like, place 1 of each stack, so then you can just pour it into there. Pro tips of Toy Cat. You're welcome. Yeah, now I'll just grab an entire stack, because there's a chance I need that many, and if I don't, then, you know, it's chill. And I've got a whole shulker box, not a whole one, actually. I've got basically a whole shulker box here now. And isn't that wonderful? Okay, so, The idea of a fan is really interesting. You know, let me tell you, I'm a big fan of your idea here, because that would explain basically every hint so far. You know what's funny about the custom superflat thing? Just a few months ago, there was a Q&A of devs, and they said they had no plans for custom superflat. Oh, it's funny, because there's a developer that I speak to semi-regularly, and whenever we talk, I bring up custom superflat, and they say, I would love to have it in the game. But they definitely haven't indicated, like, oh yeah, like, we're making the right steps. It always, like, to my vibe, it seems like it's always, you know, like 6 months to a year away. It'd be cool if the last time it came up, it actually was that far away. But yeah, I think the interesting thing about the fan idea is it would explain drying water, right? It could work like a sponge in that it could de-water blocks. It could explain being knocked off scaffolding. You get pushed off by a fan. And therefore it might be useful in the Nether, potentially. And it would also explain snowballs, because if you put snowballs into a fan, it might blow them super hard. I think a fan would be... Okay, so the reason I think this is a cool idea is because Minecraft are continually trying to work out new mechanics. Not just new blocks. New blocks are really easy to add, but they're so two-dimensional. I mean, like, you know, they're not... But they're simple, right? Whereas if you add a new mechanic... So the addition of pistons, for example, allows you to do silly stuff like this. I don't know what this redstone does, but it's something, let me tell you. So the addition... Yeah, something's happening here. I don't know what it is. Also, did you know you can put pressure plates on walls? Yeah. I knew that because I did it in my world. Oh, is there no redstone? No, this is working. But anyway, the addition of redstone allows you to do whole brand new things, and emergent behavior comes out of it. If you create new options for people, they will do... Oh, there we go. It creates and uncreates water. So by a simple switch of a button here, allows me to create water that flows all the way to here, making this wonderful thing, chat. Also, Fandrew Andrews. Now, yeah, Fandrew Fandrews is my new name after hearing about this idea. Yeah, there's meant to be 2 of these, but this one doesn't have any water in it. Wait, let me just fix that. Let's just put the water in there right now, and then I'll take this water out, just to make sure they're, like, in sync. And then I'll put the water in there. And there we go, chat. Look at me. I've just made my redstone contraption better. But that is behavior that is really cool because Mojang themselves don't have to do anything for it. It emerges out of their brand new mechanic. And so even though they could add 5 new andesite variants and people would go, oh, my house will look so much more andesite-y than it was before. But the idea of fans is a brand new mechanic. I think, you know, like... This is the reason that people are finding new mobs to be underwhelming, is because the first 5 times they say there's a new mob, you're like, oh, it's so exciting, I could use this for, you know, like you think of all the new ideas. And then the next few times it comes about, you're like, oh, yeah, actually. So that is 2 blocks to the right of the center of it. And the bottom piece should probably be where the bottom piece of that is. See, that's easy stuff for me to do here. So I'll place a block there. And then a block there. And then I'll have to probably remove these blocks and put some other ones in their place. Anyway, but yeah, the idea of a fan is really useful because it is something that would create entirely new options. And creativity in Minecraft is what makes the game successful. It's not just a game where they give you brand new blocks and mobs. Also, how are you finding Outer Wilds? I saw you playing on Discord. Oh, I'm enjoying it a lot, KMB. I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't want to, like, say too much. I feel like on the internet, you got to be careful about, you know, like getting games spoiled, I guess, to put it simply. But, yeah, I'm enjoying myself a lot. The weird thing is, though, even though I'm liking the game, I'm like, this game seems like it's just for me. I would not... There are a few people I would recommend this game to, but I feel like for most people, I'd be like, yeah, this is... You know, it's not even, like, really that much of a time loop game if we really get our technical hats on. But I'm enjoying it, is what I'm saying. So we'll go 2 blocks to the left of these windows. And then we'll place our next one over there. Yes, we will. And then we'll place a block up there. And a block down there. And I could have just looked at this if I wanted to. But that's okay. Let's place some bamboo just up above it. And then let's break through the wall just over here. So we can start placing our blocks in. Anyway, so... yeah, it could be some form of geyser block. That might explain why you'd fall off scaffolding, because the geyser was triggered below the scaffolding. Yeah, so the most interesting hint, I would say, is the YouTube one, where they show you do something to a block. It goes green, and then something big happens. Something that Minecraft are excited for you to see. Could be a lot of things, but certainly it starts to... It gives off those vibes, doesn't it? It certainly gives those vibes. So, yeah, I think I was meant to put some slabs on the other side of this, but that's okay. Let's also put some extra stairs down. I think just 2 stairs makes it look lazy. So we'll put some extra stairs in here, just to kind of add to those vibes. Maybe you should put some upside down stairs too. Nah. Although maybe here would be a good place for, like... No, that does not look good. Although we could go like here and then there. Yeah, that looks great, I would say. Or it looks like what we're going for, at least. Just a few random blocks interspaced. Allow me to do my thing. We'll even have to break this dead bush, chat. I'll use Silk Touch. Oh, Silk Touch does not work. There we go. Just a little bit of extra life on this bottom floor is going a long way. And now we'll place a few random downward slabs on these sides here. You know, just, oh, we can't, actually, very easily. Just add some extra life to the ring that is going around it soullessly. And then we'll build some more of the walls at the back, because we're missing those. Hold on, leather to glass and wool becomes a fan? Or is that something else? Yeah, the fan idea feels really good until you say, yeah, the only way you can explain those items is if you just say Steve has them randomly. And it's a kind of Chekhov's gun thing. You've got to assume that every part of a hint is probably relevant, right? If they're adding it specifically, if they're, you know, it's if they're going out of their way to show something, you should assume that you're, you know, like, unless we are being treated as idiots, you should assume it has some relevance. And so what is that relevance is the question we have to answer. Sup, says Minxie Strex. Hey, sup to you too. How is it going? I hope well. You put water on a sponge and over time it grows to mold. That's it, they're adding black mold to Minecraft. I've been thinking for a while that we need black mold in Minecraft. I'm glad that Mojang are finally listening. You know, actually, I'm going to start saying Mojang. I've decided to be one of those people, chat. I hope you don't mind. So I think Mojang, what they secretly want, is they want to remind us of the real dangers of black mold. You might have it in your house right now. When you use the shower, chat, make sure you turn on the extractor fan. If you hate loud noises, and you know we all secretly hate loud noises. No one is out there like I love loud noises, except people who go and listen to music without hearing protection. But most people don't like loud music, don't like loud noises, and so but ultimately you need to turn on that extractor fan. Or if you live in a hot country, you could just open the window, or you could do both. I'm not sure if they'd cancel each other out. I'm sure it wouldn't help that much more than either. But yeah, black mold in Minecraft. It's the way to raise awareness. I think, funnily enough, okay, I try not to get too deep in the culture, you know, like war stuff. But I do think what's interesting, chat, is a lot of companies that were like, oh yeah, our most important thing is inclusion. We think that it's important that you know, like companies that have been set, you know, like basically been, to put it in, you know, to put it in the most, I think, kind terms I could, like, you know, towing the West Coast liberal line, you know, about like all these forms of, to be fair, like in some cases quite important, you know, diversity things. They've all of a sudden, like, post 2024, being like, yeah, I don't know what a woke is. What's agenda? Haven't heard of more than, you know, X number of those. You know, like I think there's been this like big shift back in that, and I feel like Minecraft has weirdly been all of a sudden doing that too. And the reason I say that is because I think I've made the joke so many times before that McDonald's and Minecraft would be cool, but there's no way Minecraft could get away with it. You know, they talk so much about their young players and, like, protecting them and all this stuff. And you can't be like, we think protecting our players is so important that we're telling them to buy Happy Meals. And, but I think that's weirdly. Also, blue sky is blue cry, am I right? You know, Darren, my opinion, if you want me to share it, I guess this is the useful thing about long form, is I can take these tangents that I think would be unwise in a video. I think that the most dangerous thing about social media right now is how we're getting tribal about platforms. We always kind of have, like, you know, people who use Tumblr, you know, like 14-year-old teenage girls. People who use Reddit are, you know, 20-year-old incel men and Sonic fans. And, you know, like every single social media has had, like, this, like, oh, yeah, how about this? But I think we've gotten this, like, weird new level of, like, political about Twitter in particular. And a lot of people are like, yeah, if you use a Twitter alternative, you must be And I think that's dangerous. I think that if you like a platform, you should want there to be alternatives. And I say that even though I actively would love it because, you know, I have a bunch of Twitter followers, right? Like, it'd be nice if just everyone would follow me there and I wouldn't have to make another platform anywhere else. But then I also think about the fact that, like, you don't actually have a following anywhere. If you've ever thought to yourself, chat, and I know that you have, presumably, I actually don't know. You know, the word presumably ruined the strength of my point there. But chat, I know that you might have at some point considered that, like, oh yeah, you have like 400 followers here, and so that's awesome. You always have those 400 followers, right? But actually, like, nah, yeah, followers don't just degrade over a matter of like days and weeks, or sorry, over months and years. It's like, yeah, you own as many followers as a platform wants to share your content to. And I feel like Twitter really recently, as part of its moves to like boost advertising, really moved away from the idea that following people means anything. And the truth is that every social media platform works better when also Twitter has kind of politicized its existence. Yeah, Twitter has politicized its own existence. And I don't like that. Because I just want Twitter to be the place where I, you know, like, meet like-minded people. It's, I don't know, it's like if you go to a bar, and then the bar is like, oh yeah, just so you know, 25% of every purchase goes towards, you know, like, what's a weird niche cause? Helping stranded elephants in the Saharan desert find their way home. And you're like, that's nice, but I was trying to buy drinks here. I wasn't trying to buy Saharan. Although that's a more like neutral cause, I guess. What's the most like politically controversial cause you could fight for? But that, you know, I have 100 subscribers and I have no idea where they came from. You heard it here, chat. You should subscribe to Dasha right now if you want to confuse her even more. Blue Sky's politically motivated because Twitter did so first, and so obviously the other side goes somewhere. Yeah, I find Blue Sky's too many people on there are like, oh yeah, we're the anti-Twitter platform, and it's like, oh, you're making this experience so much worse for everyone, yourselves included. The best way to go and be an anti-something is anyway. There's we'll come back into that later. So I feel like everything these days is political. Says this is Chris. Yeah, can we like make a movement for this? Like make things unpolitical again? Like, you know, there's a pillow company I hear about because of they've worked out the best way to get advertising is to be the most like conservative pillow company. And like you know, like it used to be we kind of had a similar but way less version of this where like, yeah, companies would like try to compete on who could get the most points for being the, and it's like, no. Can we make things that people enjoy? Can that be goal number one? Can all of this other stuff be second to that, please? And the answer is no. That is a silly suggestion. How dare you come up with that? What is that? Do you just hate the good side? Is that what it is? But it's like, no. Like politics are important. They're having a political structure in our life is important, but it's becoming all-consuming in a way that is dangerous. That's like, and some people argue, oh yeah, well it's already been all-consuming for me, Toycat. My existence is predicated on the idea of this being politics, and I also think that is like that. But then now, do you benefit if the people who are against you decide that their whole existence should be important to it too? Or do you both just lose the ability, do you both just lose a lot of your own life in exchange for not a lot in return? Make things unpolitical again? Or I guess apolitical again, right? And just to be clear, I always want to mention, like, there is always going to be politics in art, but there's always going to be politics in, even in business, right? Like, there's always going to be some amount, but make it subtle again. make it the background to whether something is good or bad. I don't know. I tried to buy. I've gone into milk deliveries, chat, kind of by accident, and this one milk company that I signed up for, and then they said at the very last minute, just so you know, there's a $2.99 delivery fee. And I'm like, I'm not buying £1 milk with a $2.99 delivery fee. You can't just say at the last minute, by the way, here's a delivery fee. I hope you're paying it. Oh, that happened with something else too, actually. I tried to buy... I bought a gift chat from a website that was like, oh, just so you know, the gift is... So, like, it's a voucher for 100% off. And so the way it works is something that would have cost you, you know, like £25, let's say, is only $11.99 plus £4 shipping. And I was like, oh, that is a good deal. So I paid my £15. Then after I paid my £15, I'm like, oh yeah, the £4 shipping was for the voucher. You also have to pay another £8 shipping for the item. I'm like, wait, you just made me pay £12 shipping for my for my £10 item? And also, you argued there was shipping on a voucher. If you know the site in the UK, you know the site. But yeah, I'm gonna make some holes for some windows now, by the way, and then we're gonna go back and get some alongside some bamboo. But yeah, milk delivery is still a thing. I know, yeah. So anyway, the milk company. Sorry, I went into the delivery rant, which was on a side rant of a side rant of a side rant. So let's come back in one and say, yeah. So I ordered a milk delivery, and then they charged $2.99 for delivery of the milk, and I was like, well, I'm honestly not going to pay that. And then because I'd already signed up, they send me such beggy emails. You know, you wouldn't think your milkman can be so emotionally manipulative, but let me tell you, he can. So they send me emails like, oh, yeah, you didn't have time? Don't understand. We understand. But, you know, we are a small family business that was started because we want to give you time. And, you know, our delivery is fully decarbonized. It's via bike. So, really, you know, you'd hate if you go out to the store and get your own milk. It's like, stop making this a statement about, like, just sell me on the fact that your milk is good and that you'll deliver it. Don't try and argue that I'm ruining the environment unless I get your milk delivered to me. So that was the catch of the milk delivery story from a few streams ago. Oh, but I did sign up for a second Dasher. I did sign up for a second milk delivery service, and they don't charge delivery fees. And then even better, they charged me £1 for my milk again. Didn't charge delivery, and I thought that was nuts. Like £1 milk, no delivery. How does anyone make any money on that? But, yeah, it got even more interesting because then they said, if you make a second order, we'll give you a free glass of orange juice. And so there's a free glass of orange juice sitting in my fridge right now. I don't know, you know, I guess they're trying to be the people who you get your milk from, and then they'll sell you other things. So they give me, like, a free trial of other things that they sell. But it still feels, like, odd, but in, like, a good way, I would say. So I'm going to put some of these down here. I think it fits a bit better. Put some over here as well. Just as a nice little end to the structure, right? Anyway, yeah. If I'm being honest, I'm here for the cape, but I've been subscribed for a while now, like a year or two. The Hidden Gamer, you say you're here for the cape. Do you really like Jack Black that much, or are you confused about how you get the capes? If so, chat, no one tell him how you get the cape. No one say it. You just got to keep watching until the cape shows up. It's not that complex. Hey, thank you, Darren Hughes, for gifting 10 memberships, including to Susanna Green. Oh, that's someone I recognize. Good to see you getting that membership, Susanna. I think I'm gonna move these now, though. I think these aren't doing any good. At the very least, we should put some of them back, but like upright maybe, and then I'll put the rest back as planks. But yeah, I think I got an ad for milk. I think they are listening. You know, you can't say they, or people are going to assume you mean the Jews. Anyway, yeah, I think the most interesting thing about the Minecraft... So yeah, make things apolitical again, including my milk. Sell me milk or don't sell me milk. Don't make me feel like I'm a monster for not buying milk the way you want me to. Type /cape for the cape. Yeah, type /cape if you want to get the cape, chat. Just... And then if you don't see something, just stay until it eventually comes. Yeah, I'm sorry, it doesn't actually work. It doesn't, I'm sorry. You trusted me and I have betrayed your trust, chat, and I feel very, very terrible. There should be a Toy Cat cape that is a house on fire. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to say, it sounds like I'm gonna say it. I swear I don't believe there is. But eventually, I'm so sure of it, Again, I can say this because it's not in the plans right now. If I knew about it, I wouldn't be able to say this. I'm sure, chat. I'm 100% sure. Eventually, capes are going to be something you can sell. I bet every marketplace team is going to get a cape, and they're going to work out some clever way to monetize it where you don't buy it, but maybe if you buy enough pieces of content from a team, you can have their cape or something like that. There's going to be some weird cape system. It's going to exist. No one's going to love it that much. I'm going to put these on the side there, even though it makes no sense. Actually, wait, we could break those and then put, like, these on there. Again, makes no sense, but fits the build style better. Now let's go back and get some glass and get some... Should we give a glass panes? No, we have to give a glass. Let's get some glass and let's get some bamboo, because I've got enough cherry, but I don't have enough bamboo. Do you think they'll do a Twitch and TikTok cape every year now? But what's interesting is last year they did 3, right? But this year they do 2. Yeah, I hope they don't do a Twitch and TikTok cape every year. I don't even think it makes sense. I think they're literally just... Okay, you know, Minecraft the movie is something I am, you know, like... I want to be excited about, but Minecraft keep giving me reasons not to be. And that's my honest take, chat. I'm sorry if that is bad for you. But will they keep making more capes? Probably not. I assume not, actually. I think every year would be dumb because they don't. I don't think Minecraft wants you watching Minecraft TikToks that badly. I think literally TikTok just offered them the capability, and then when the Minecraft movie came out, they were like, "Well, I guess we could use this here," and then they just did. So we got a ton of bamboo. Let's take some of our bamboo blocks. Well, let's make some bamboo blocks, I guess. Because we are gonna... Also, whoa! Did you see that? Did you see how bad that just lagged there, chat? It literally just launched me through the ground. It's such a bummer I couldn't capture that. Whoa, that was terrible. Did you see that? It literally just... It's the new update. They're gonna need to fix it. It's bad. It is very bad. We might get a movie cape for buying a ticket. Yeah, my predictions for the next capes. So I think I hope that they don't just continuously make more Twitch capes. But again, what I hope is not indicative of the truth necessarily. YouTube made Minecraft popular, yet they don't have one. So YouTube deserves a cape, right? I think there should be a YouTube live cape. I don't know how they should do it, but they should. Even if it's just give every YouTuber the ability to print capes on demand or something. I know there's ways to make this work. There are ways. And why are Mojang not giving us those ways? I do not know. Also, it's the new update. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. So yeah, coming back to our ideas, the flying mob thing is really interesting to me. I think that a flying mob would be a real game changer, but also I think Mojang are being careful not to power creep, and there's no way a flying mob mount wouldn't be power creep. I think it would look. Yeah, again, I hope I'm not really criticizing what Mojang have been working on for a while. I think if they made a flying rideable mob, it would look like they are just trying everything to make, you know, like it wouldn't look passioned. It would look distressed, like, oh god, trying to make a Minecraft mob people care about. We made a mountable one and no one cared. What do we do next? We'll make a flying mob that people, you know, like I think flailing around too hard and looking like you're gonna try everything makes people go like, oh, so you don't have some like plan, some vision. You know, maybe that's me like projecting my own insecurities onto Mojang there. I think that is it's a real thing you have to worry about as like a creative when you have a business around creating, where you have specific things you need to do and to aim for, but also you need to be clear at all times that you have something that guides your principles besides just, I am trying to make the things that are successful. It's one of the reasons why making a YouTube channel and starting badly is important. It's because if you start 100% sure of yourself, then I think you're never going to actually learn stuff. Anyway, speaking of learning stuff, I think the flying mob is the camel. If they're focusing on multiplayer, it could let multiple people fly together. But, okay, so do you think there's a flying mob, KMB? Also, belated thanks for the membership. Good to see you, Cesano. What do you think about the flying mob, actually? It's good to see. I see your comments a lot on all the channels, Cesano. You know, you're the reason. I had a meeting with my YouTube rep today, and I wanted them to, like, you know, like, walk me through that. We have these meetings, and I was like, you know, I'll be honest with you. You know, like, we kind of tried to have a chat, and their advice was like, do super chat goals, and dub your videos in a different language. And it's like, I kind of want to try the dubbing thing, but I need to, like, I don't know. Does anyone want to try record? Can anyone record one of my shorter videos in German, Portuguese, or Spanish for me? And then, actually, wait. This is I've just worked out something fun I can do with that. But does anyone wanna give that a try? Also, if you can control the flying, oh no, it's gone, Josh Jones. The flying mob, then it wouldn't be power creep. Yeah, if you couldn't control the flying mob, though, what would be the point? If you couldn't control the flying mob, what would be the point? Maybe a gliding mob. Oh, a gliding mob would be fun. But again, it has too much overlap with the Elytra. I think this is where Minecraft have power creeped themselves into a corner. Personally, I think that, like, yeah, the Elytra does so much that why would you want unless you could get on the mob really early game, like how the camel is technically an early game mob. But I think they have got themselves in a bit of a predicament that I don't know how I would get out of. I can dub them in English. Okay, thank you, Akash Warrior. We've got English. You know, one of my editors speaks Spanish natively. I could dub them in ancient Albanian sign language. Flying carpet to make the end obsolete, though, in regards to the mob. Oh, flying carpet. That's not a mob. That's not a mob at all. Yeah, that's not a mob in the slightest. If I'm leveling with you, there is 0% mob to that idea. But yeah, Pigeon isn't bad, just my understanding of it. Oh, Pigeon is a wild language, Xavier. It is nuts. For anyone who hasn't ever done this, like, go look up, like, any website and go into Pigeon. It's like you've transported yourself into an alternate timeline or something. Like, most languages are gibberish or not. Pigeon is like a different world. Anyway, I think that's interesting. The Toycat community is my favorite online community. I love you all. Have a great night. I've got to go. It was great to see you, Darren Hughes. I'm glad you feel so connected with everyone here. Thank you for spending your time with us this evening, and thank you for the gifted members. Okay, so let's drop down our bamboo planks. Mob just means a mobile thing, no? No, mob means, like, this is a mob right here. Oh yeah, I've got armadillos. Right, fun. That is a mob. Let's replace all the blocks in here. No, we can't. So this is meant to be grass, chat. I think I've chosen for it to be grass. Shall I do something with these armadillos? I think I should put up like an item frame sign or something. So let's just put that back. I need to make a way for myself in there eventually, because otherwise I won't be able to pick all of these up. But for now, not my problem. It's future me's problem to deal with. Current me is putting glass up, because that's what these houses need. Oh yeah. Look at that natural light pouring in here, chat. I've been waiting for 3 hours and I didn't get the home cape yet. I did add it to the correct account. I only have one account. What do I do? So it appears in the first 5 or 10 minutes for the Bedrock version. I can't confirm for Java. But yeah, if you want, if it's not there yet, there is a real chance if you wait, it will solve itself. When the capes are new, some people wait a long time for them. As long as you can confirm that when you added it to your account, it said your account username in the top left, you should be good. A lot of people have multiple Microsoft accounts, so that can, like, catch them out, I find. But let's hope that you were not caught out in any way. I think that this is too small of a room. Yeah, I think this should be one big room here. I think we're going to have to move that. And I think this is a bit small of a room, but it could probably function. And this is, yeah, this is probably just about functional as a room. Or we could make it like a big hallway. I'll make it a room with 2 entrances. One here, one there, to make getting around easy. And then we'll just put blocks around this. Have just a big pillar that is unusable. Nice. Slowly but surely, bringing the design together, chat. I wonder why they decided to do Minecraft Live so late in March. The spring drop has to release right after it, unless they get delayed to April. Usually don't have it that close. Oh, so I think the reason that they did it that way, I wouldn't say it's smart, but I would say it's intentional because Minecraft Live, like, one of the problems that I think everyone has conceded with Minecraft updates before was they would announce them and there was a huge gap till they actually came out. So now they can announce a Minecraft update and be like, oh, and guess what? It's ready tomorrow. You know, they get that big excitement while also driving the hype for their next thing. They kind of get a best of both worlds approach where hardcore fans like us are looking forward to learning about the summer drop. But casuals can jump in and be like, oh, what's this about bundles being found in villages? That's cool. Camels spawning everywhere? That's, you know, like I like to call it the normie effect. You need to have normies be engaged and interested. Like, this is why Minecraft kept adding pointless mobs to the game, because normies would go, oh yeah, I don't care what's in this Minecraft update, it has the cute frogs. And if normies like cute frogs, it is your job to add cute frogs. If you're, you know, that is what many people would argue, at the very least. And so yeah, the ultimate truth is that's how it is. I love the challenge videos. Says Carrie Yang. Hey, good to see you, Carrie Yang. I feel like I recognize your name. It's changed a few times, but it's good to see you still. The next challenge video will be soon. We've just finished it. It took so long. We took 2 weeks to edit, and then I still wasn't happy with it. We were so close to getting it ready to release, and then I was like, no, we've got to do better, do more, etc., etc. And so we did better. We did more. And I hope that you're excited to see the eventual product. Whew. Okay, I'm quite looking forward to the spring drop. I love me some plants. You know what? You're starting to sound like you're the plant. Yeah, no, the spring drop is another example to me of, like, I think I'm out of touch because of it. Like, my excitement levels for the spring drop, just, they all revolve around 2 things, basically. And I'm also excited for, like, challenge playthroughs. Like, being able to smelt leaves is going to be a big deal for me. Or not, being able to use leaf litter for smelting, rather, I should say. That's kind of exciting, I would say. But yeah, in general, also, I did a very bad job there. Very, very bad job. There we go. Let's finish this window. And look at that. My mansion is looking a little bit closer to actually existing. Like, we're not quite there yet, but we are getting there. So now we'll just finish this off with a bunch of these. Should be able to just about finish it. Mojang, be safe, but not very exciting. Cool, but boring. I think the problem is if they play it not safe, and then everyone hates it, they are screwed. I think the Ancient City update is an example of something that is phenomenal Minecraft content, but it just did not inspire. It didn't hit right, you know? This is why the end update is such a risk to them. Like, what if they make a huge end update and then people say, actually, you know, we good. You know, Mojang would be in tatters, I tell you. So I think we'll just put a wall there. As silly as this is, I think that's what we have to actually do. Oh, we can't put a wall there, though, so we have to, like, put it there. Yeah, it's confusing, it's strange, but, yeah, it sort of works, right? If we remove, or if we put a block here. Yeah. Don't love it, but it works. I don't love it, but it works. Then we'll put the cherry plank back there, and there we go, chat. We have made the structure slightly nicer than it was before. I think I should probably go through and put some more carpet everywhere, to be fair. And also the interior needs some work. But my cherry mansion is going very nicely. So, you don't really take risks if you already have lightning in a bottle. Yeah, it's that problem of, I guess you, honestly, okay, I want to talk about this as a societal problem, chat. It's the reason why no society ever works when everyone gets really wealthy. Like, even the closest thing we have as an example of this is, like, if you look at Middle Eastern countries that struck oil, they got trillions worth of oil to share between hundreds of thousands of people. You can do the maths on how wealthy that makes every person, even if the wealth is shared unfairly. Even if the state keeps 70% of that, and then of the remaining 30% it gets distributed unevenly, everyone in those countries became very wealthy. But I think there's like a real thing of like, once you get enough money, you don't want to take risks anymore. And you also, I don't want to say you get lazy. I feel like that's a simplification. But your desire to take risks goes down. And instead what replaces it is a desire to play it safe. It's kind of, you know, like, if you're a small player, you'll take a huge risk. If you're the biggest player, you've got to be very careful about what you do. Maybe that's obvious, maybe it is not. I genuinely don't know. But also, I've got a bunch of amethyst shards in here. I should move these. These feel too valuable just to leave rotting in a corner somewhere. Also, 30 white wool. Do you like this, by the way? It's my big... It's my ancient city, but based on the trailer. Here's my trial chamber that I never... Oh, man, I don't even remember starting it. Oh. Do you like it, chat? I think it's using deep slate bricks because it's pre. Oh, yeah, it's using only blocks that I... oh, man, this is such a such a goofy structure. Such a goofy structure. Man, I love this. Very, very fun. Very, very silly. I definitely should connect this with, like, actual pathways or something. But yeah, I love this build. Yeah, this is a fun little corner of my world, huh? Not often I get an excuse to come down here. But let's just go back up the pathways and let's bring our stuff back home. Maybe minus some of this stone. I think I should bring the amethyst more than I should bring the stone. Let's put some stone back in here. One stick away. Maybe even one bamboo plank. Let's go crazy on this. So we can take these out with me. Large amethyst buds, amethyst clusters. And I bet that there's an amethyst geode around here for those to have piled up. So where is the geode, chat? I know it can't be far. I bet it's below this somewhere. That's my informed guess. It's gonna be, right? No. Yeah, I'll go down onto this to see if I can see it. I can. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Maybe I should mark this on the surface so that I don't lose it. It is fully grown in the time I've been doing stuff today, chat. So let's take some of these with me, just in case I want them. Maybe I should even... No, yeah, I'll break these with my thought pickaxe. Just pile up the amethyst clusters. Oh, okay. So, wait, Toycat can make cool builds. I'm glad you will like it, chat. I'm glad you will like it. Yeah, I think my Cherry Mansion is a cool build, if you ask me. But yeah, I think I got this like real dysfunction around making big builds. Around the time I started because I got to this point where big project videos just became overwhelming. It's the kind of thing I was talking about earlier with regrets. Like I was starting to worry about. I was starting to worry so much about doing something right that I was ending up not doing it at all. And so that's where my big project videos kind of went. Like, the first one was a real passion, and it was so hard to do, but people liked it. So I put even more passion in the second one and the third one. And then the fourth one, I put so much more in, and people didn't really like it. And so I thought to myself, like, man, I put, you know, like, days of my life into this video. That like 56,000 people viewed. Funnily enough though, years later I came back. So this was an analysis I had like 6 months ago, chat. And I watched the video of creating this whole ancient city. I think it was the last big project video I made because it went, you know, so poorly. Like I paid someone more to edit it than the video made in ad revenue. So, you know, my time was worth negative money. But if we take a glance at the actual, the reason the video failed is like looking back, I was like, oh yeah, of course it did. The video just has no editing in the intro. I reference things, they don't show up. Like I didn't like vet the editing enough. I just trusted someone because I'd worked with them before, and I should not have. I made a mistake. It was the classic, like, you know, someone like is like, oh yeah, I got this, I can do this for you, and then they kind of like vanish. And it was like a sad thing. It's something I've done before. Like, it's something I feel like a lot of empathy towards. I used to write for a living, chat. That's how I managed to pay for the capture card and everything to start YouTube. And so that's basically I did this once to someone. They asked me to write a RuneScape guide. It was my favorite type of writing. I loved writing about RuneScape, but the idea of writing 30 pages was really fun, but I just couldn't bring myself to finish it. And like week after week would pass, and eventually I just kind of like, I tried not to, but as a 17-year-old, I ghosted him. I was just like, I can't do it. And then like a month later, I was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to hire someone else. You can still use whatever I've made. It was a whole thing. But I felt guilty, but also if I'd just realized what I wanted earlier, I could have made both of our lives happier probably. Anyway, so we got 64 amethyst clusters now. Kind of nuts, really, if you say it out loud. Let's grab these, and let's bring them back home. Maybe grab some moss blocks too, actually. I think I'm out of moss blocks. So a stack of those would go nicely. It's chest organization stream time, chat. Trust but verify, says Dasher. Oh yeah, that's that phrase comes from the US and Russia getting rid of their nuclear weapons. Both the US and Russia have enough nuclear weapons to annihilate the world multiple times over. And so they agreed, how about we cut this down so we have enough to annihilate the world like 1.5 times over. But the idea is like, how can you trust your enemy will get rid of their weapons? It's trust but verify. You assume they're going to do the right thing, but also you make sure they prove they're doing the right thing. Trust is important, but for very important things, it's worth verifying. And so that is something I should have done with a video for the Ancient City. It's such a cool, like, project. I put so much time into it, but the video didn't turn out very well. And I guess I kind of learned from that after the fact. Anyway, speaking of learning from things after the fact, I think this ravine... Nope, just a random ravine. That's very common, honestly. I've done it before. Things get really overwhelmed at times, and we can react poorly to it. Yeah, it's crazy, though, because the correct response... Again, if you kind of think of yourself as, you know, being someone that you... If you were telling someone else what to do, you'd be like, oh, yeah, the correct response is so obvious and so easy. Just tell them what's going on right now. But you know they don't want to hear that, and so you'll wait till you have something that they do want to hear. But you'll wait, you know, I don't know, you'll game yourself into a corner by doing that, I guess. I'm going to fill up these holes, by the way. I don't know if it adds anything, but I feel like I might as well do it. And so I will. So, people are saying it's because of the snowball. It might mean combat. Do you think it's true? Lego Show TV. If I had $1 for every time someone mentioned the combat update, I would probably have just about as many dollars as I have right now. But the... I think the most important thing to know is that snowballs are... You know, like, snowballs to me set off my combat detectors too, or my combat alert too. I'm like, oh yeah, must be. Also, I thought I had no amethyst. Chat, I am so wrong. I have so much amethyst. It's great. So I'll put this up there, and this up there. And maybe put, like, these over there. Yeah, that vaguely works. Yeah, it's close enough, I think. It's close enough. Yeah, I love Toy Cat's World, says Kerry Yang. Awesome! You might be excited because you mentioned Superflat. I think we're going to be starting Superflat next week. I think we're going to be doing hardcore Superflat. It is... Also, thank you, Tanarius. Morning, Toy Cat and Wifes. Hope you're doing desert well today. Thank you. I am doing incredibly desert well. Are you doing desert well? I saw something. Have you ever seen this chat that if you go like this, you attract squirrels? I'm gonna go like this to see if I attract you, internet. I've seen it. I hear it works. Also, evening sir, what's the weird cape thing people are talking about? You should check my latest video. It is currently not out. Oh, it's currently out. Yeah. It is currently out. I feel slightly bad for taking so much time with the silly videos I make. I hope it helps to think my work is crucially important enough to be depended on. It's interesting that that helps, because I feel like, to me, the opposite is true. The thing that allows me to get stuff done is being like, it is important. If I do not make this video today, people will notice, people will care. I will also, you know, it will negatively affect me too. It kind of was a huge relief years ago when I stopped the daily upload. Like, I upload most days still, but when I stopped daily upload being a requirement, it was like a huge relief off my back. But also a part of me is like, well, what's even the point of uploading today? And I'm like happy that I found like an upload schedule where I feel like every video matters. But also that has come at some cost. You know, every video mattering, air quotes, means that not every video is as successful. Also, woo, but with the way other hardcore WODs have gone, I can't help my breath. You know, Sky Glue is going really well, right? I'm still, you know, I'm cautiously optimistic, but it's still going well. You know, keep that in mind. There are many other. I'm sure it could go very well. Don't just make people expect things. Always stay unpredictable. Yeah, I kind of liked that phase. I feel like. I think it was probably spurred on by the pandemic. I think everyone became unpredictable, and that became the predicted. Being predictable was a strange thing for a little bit, as sad as or weird as that is to say. Do. Thank you, Tenarius, for gifting 5 memberships. Hope you enjoy your gifted memberships, chat. Wait, what is the third channel? The third channel is Andrew Andrews, PTSD, and the fourth channel is IBX4Cat. It's where you can watch stream highlights. Dasher's making some really, really high quality stuff, I think, over there. Yeah, I think what I might start doing over there too is like having a bunch of like shorts or maybe long form videos too. But like Toycat explains his thoughts on blank. I feel like that's a format that seems to do well. Because a lot of people want to see what Toycat thinks about Twitter versus Blue Sky, but they don't want to watch till 30 minutes into this video. So they might find it useful to watch that separated out into its own little video. Or maybe they wouldn't. I don't know what they would find useful, I guess. It's one of those, I think that's what you'll see there too. But also you see these super fun and high quality videos from Dasher. You get a little mixture, it's great. Dasher's taken over as very kindly running the channel. Doing some interesting things if you want to see it. But yeah, so speaking of interesting things, I've got 7 emeralds. I'm going to use them to buy these. I really think there's something in buying these enchanted bottles, chat. I think there's something genius in buying them. Because then I'll be able to just take a stack of bottles with me. And I'll be able to, like, keep my tools repaired while I work on something. Lamo, I love Toycat's Longs description. Oh, there's the Toycat Longs channel has an interesting description, huh? Yeah, I forgot about Toycat Longs too. I had plans for it. But they were just plans. Toycat has become a whole franchise at this point. I think I franchised poorly. I think, have you ever seen Linus Tech Tip? He's got 100 employees. And I've always looked at that and thought, that's so dumb and overkill. But as I've always felt like, you know, I have this, like, thing inside of me that's like, you could always do more. You know, I don't know what you want to call that. You could call that, you could try and call that, like, you know, like, self-reliant. You could be me. You could try and call it, like, you know, like, a type of, a value of, not determining on others, or whatever you want to call it. But the important thing is that I just have it in me, chat. It just is my default way of being that I try not to rely on others if I can. I think a lot of people have this. Like, it's hard to work with other people, so just work with yourself. So look at this, chat. I got all of that ice, so I can make 9 packed ice, so I can make 1 blue ice. And now if I come back again tomorrow and I use all of that again, I can make another block of blue ice. Wouldn't that be something? It's absolutely insane that that's how that works, by the way. But yeah, let's go to my Nevrac. I think I'd like to slowly place the walls for that up a little bit more. Most YouTube channels by a single guy I'm aware of is Simon Whistler. I don't even understand. Does Simon Whistler own the channels, or does he just run them? How does he have so many? Yeah, I think that's a crazy example of, like, yeah, having to record like 8 videos a day by outsourcing everything else. Like, the scripting is outsourced, the editing is outsourced. I don't know if it works out for him. I assume it must. But yeah, I think the franchise thing is interesting because, yeah, I want to believe, like, yeah, I can pour the, you know, like, the hours of passion required for the research for this video, the hour of, like, prep and getting it ready, like, not scripting, but making the notes in my head, and then, like, you know, like, the uploading and all that stuff. But you realize if there's 10 parts to making a video, and you want to make a video a day, and you want to make a video for multiple channels too, a part of me is embarrassed that I didn't realize earlier that that requires more than one person. And another part of me is embarrassed that out now I'm saying I can't do that myself. Because I can, chat. I have done it before. I just don't think I can do it while consistently leading a life that is worth living. I think that is the struggle, is that, you know, since the pandemic, I readjusted my life and realized that there are things I want to do outside of just making YouTube videos and trying to find the balance on it. Because for a while, the balance was like, yeah, you know, like a few hours a day, like 4 or 5 hours a day, I'll make YouTube stuff and the rest I won't. That didn't work either. So what is the balance? I am working on it, I guess. And I hope I find it. Also, he does own and present stuff, I think, but he does make money. Yeah, I think those 2 bits of leather in the recipe are straps, says Masked One. Yeah, I can't not see them as something that you would put into your head or something like that. It's got to be something meaningful along those lines. I'm going to rebuild this dirt so it goes further into the thing here. Okay, so I can't do anything with this because that is sand. Although I think I should replace the sand anyway. You know, let's get some grass. Let's take some piles of this out. Then let's replace the sand with some grass going further back here. Because then we can pick up that dirt. I picked it up so poorly. It's interesting it wouldn't let me pick it up in the air. I was flying past this recently in my wild chat and I thought it looks really cool. Bet it could look better though. And this is my mild imagining of making this better. It's a very mild imagining, but is an imagining regardless. And if I make this just a bit like more geometrically smooth, I think that would go a long way too. Again, I just think every now and then I'll be flying around my world and think, I should do that better. And so, you know, these streams just allow me to have those moments where I'm like, what if I did the thing better? What if I just took the little moment out and did it? Goggles is the best theory I've seen, says Chantal. Yeah, goggles make sense until you see everything else. How does it fit with the water? How does it fit with something that you would use that goes green on water? Are they goggles you have to grow? Do they grow in the nether? What's that? Also, oh no, the water fell down, chat, and it has knocked all of my torches down. Terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. You know, it's worse than the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah, the Let's Play world is such a nice break from the mess of hardcore. Yeah, I am looking forward to jumping back into my hardcore boss blitz run. I'm so curious, like, if the world survives the add-ons and achievements in 1.20, 1.70, it might be fun to make it the add-on hardcore world, as silly as that sounds out loud. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this. It feels Feels strange in here, chat. But I think this is all we got. What if it's a geyser? One sec. Apologies, chat. Oh wait, no, bless me. Bless me right now. I don't want the demons to... Or is it demons? What is it in Christian mythology? It's not demons, right? It's devils? No, I guess it might be demons. You know, anyway, so I'm just gonna break a ton of stone here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all the stone when I'm done. Chat, I need to make a build that uses all of this stone. I don't know what it should be. I need to work out something. Need to work it out fast, because I'm running out of storage space for stone, if I'm being entirely honest with you. I'm not gonna have much of it left soon. But yeah, sorry, but the chance of the world surviving is low. Yeah, fighting that many bosses, I'll concede. I think hardcore super flat, if I can make it to the emeralds, I think I'll be able to survive. I'll craft a shield, and I'll make a totem my priority and stuff. But yeah, with fighting this many bosses, I am worried I'm gonna bite off more than I can chew. It's gonna be a wild time. So yeah, just make stone bricks and build a giant castle, ruin. Yeah, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Okay, it looks a little bit more like a cube, and now we can fly up it, and it looks really cool. There we go, chat. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so maybe a Mayan pyramid. That's a fun idea too. I like where you're coming from with that. I like the direction you go. Also, is Paper via Streamlabs not working for anyone else? I wanted to pay the Toy Cat tax. Oh, strange. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for using Streamlabs, by the way. I explained, again, so I spoke to my YouTube rep today, chat. And they act like they're doing you such a service. They're like, yeah, we get this person. They speak to you every 3 months. And I wanna really like my person. But she was like, oh yeah, you're not using Super Chat goals very much. And I'm like, oh yeah, the truth is like encouraging people to tip via... You know, Super Chats are fine to accept, and like people can do whatever they want. But also, you have to get twice as much in Super Chat to equal the same amount of Streamlabs. And she was like, wait, really? You don't pay a 50% cut to Streamlabs? I was like, no, you keep it all besides like a 3% fee. She was like, that's why people use it, huh? And I thought that was kind of fun. It's that thing like the business versus the employee thing again. Like the business YouTube has set it up very cleverly so that, you know, like if you stream on their platform, they're going to be making some bank from you. But like as employees, it's not in their, you know, like an employee of a business doesn't want to care about how the business makes so much money to employ them. The employee wants to feel like they're making a big difference, you know, in some way. You know, helping people, you know, like it's how you keep people motivated, right? And so I'm gonna put my dirt not in here. I'll put 2 grass in there though. Jimmy can do something with that, I guess. Also, so are you gonna start another super flat survival? So here's the fun thing about that. Yes, in hardcore, I intend to try. I don't know if I'll be successful, but I intend to try. Why is your bottle so boring? What's in it? Vodka. Yeah, I realized the only way to live a life worth living was to really just pound it home on my liver all day, every day. And no, the answer is it's just water. I'm trying to drink more. I had this very independent, unique thought that water is good and I should drink more of it. But yeah, so I'm drinking. I've got a water bottle in my office at all times, and if I get any amount thirsty, I just try to drink water. I even tried to drink it when I'm not actively thirsty. I love water. It tastes so good. It tastes especially good when I'm streaming because I'm talking so much. I don't know. I'm using up my mouth juices or something like that. Please treat your liver nicely. I do treat my liver very nicely. I'm autistic and gullible. I could have believed you. You'll be pleased to know that I do not, in fact, put vodka in my water bottle. I hope that I don't start doing it anytime soon. So we'll start this going up there, and then we'll just break the block behind it. And there we go. This is the new wall now. Hey, thank you, Tenarius. No. Oh, thank you, Josh Jones, for gifting 5 memberships. The block that needs hydration is going to be Toy Cat. Yeah, I've got to say, you know, so, it's weird because every time someone has a theory, a part of me is like, yeah, but what about this? And we're all like, yeah, good point, actually. I do think there is an interesting I do think there is a really interesting struggle in also I hope the Super Flat World is sub to IBX Toycat. Jammy Jams, me too. I hope it makes the correct decision with regards to that. Also, what are you building? I'm building a console edition scale Never. So this is the plan is to build a Never that is the scale of the Legacy Console Edition world. It's taking, I think we worked out it would take 200 and something thousand blocks. So I've been doing a lot of Netherrack mining. And yeah, I started this in 2021, so it's a multi-year project. But I'm hoping it looks good when it's done. Also, fun fact, Russian word for vodka and water sound very similar, which has produced numerous jokes. Yeah, it sounds like they make themselves there, if I'm being honest, Dasher. Also, Etheria Ash. Hi, this is the first stream of yours that I've joined. Good to see you, Etheria Ash. I am IBX Toycat, and today we're talking about like Minecraft update stuff, because Minecraft Live is happening on Saturday. I'm excited. And the amount of stuff coming out about it is incredibly interesting. Also, I already made one of these over there, but I'll make another one. It's fine. The amount of stuff coming out about it is really interesting because Mojang themselves have basically confirmed there's going to be at least 2 updates. There's going to be the Spring Drop, which they're giving a name to, and presumably a release date. So we're going to be working on our video after that point. And also, if I stay in chat long enough, I'll get a Toycat membership. Yeah, you get the, so when someone gifts you, you get the 1-month free trial, which is great. So you can use it, it works exactly like a Toycat membership. Except, you know, in the renewing point of the thing. But it means you can access all of the member-only videos. And if you've ever wanted to watch me bathe in Iron Brew, then stay in chat long enough and you might get gifted a membership chat. You know, that's my recommendation to you. There's also, you can watch me try and identify all of the spawn eggs. We've got quite a few fun member-only videos. I'm thinking of starting up the extended old-style member-only Let's Plays again too, because I've been having a lot of fun with Let's Play World recently. I don't know. You can kind of like tell it's something I'm always worried about, like, but you can see from my days played how much Minecraft I've been playing. You can also see because in Realm Stories here we've got our timeline. Like, you can see I played a lot of Minecraft on Saturday and Sunday, and I didn't play any Minecraft on Monday, and only a tiny bit on Tuesday. Also, make sure gifted membership is turned on. Oh yeah, you do need to do that. It's true, Dazed and Confused. You're not dazed and confused. First of all, happy birthday. But second of all, you know, you are not dazed and confused when it comes to YouTube membership policies, let me tell you. But, yeah, Tenarius, thank you. You know, I said thank you, and then you gifted members. Very kind of you. Yeah, okay, so throw all the Nevracks in here. Wonderful. Well, that feature is neat. I haven't seen it before. Now you have. But yeah, so Minecraft added a bunch of spawn eggs, and it's really fun. Okay, I'm gonna look at my... Okay, so, yeah, the interesting thing, in my opinion, I have 13,784 days in my Minecraft world. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that your day counter kind of just shows when, like, it kind of gives you a chronological feel of your Minecraft world. And that's actually an interesting downside when it comes to like recording gameplay. Because it means that when I'm making like a video essay or something that has a bunch of gameplay, you always, or like, you know, something that I intend hopefully people to be able to see like a year from now, you'll be able to tell when the gameplay was recorded. So if I record footage for a video essay that's going to be out in a month, because, you know, they're taking a long time to edit, the interesting thing is you'll be able to see like, oh, this was recorded day 6700, which is, you know, arguably a downside. Maybe not even arguably. Also, are you saving building a console end for when they announce an end update? Says Cool Cakes 196. I don't need to build a console end because I already have one. Is my, if I'm being technically correct as a response. Also, could the new item be tied to the film in any way? Maybe a hint is visible in the trailer. I really hope, I don't think it's true, but I really, no, actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and say, Minecraft has one update coming out between now and the movie, and it's the spring drop. We know every feature in the spring drop. I don't think they would make a tie-in to the movie for snapshots and betas, because most players don't play snapshots and betas. Also, why is that a downside? I think it's a big downside because, I don't know, like, a lot of people, yeah, I think people like new. People like fresh, here, now. This is the, like, think about this, right? How often are you scrolling on, you know, TikTok or I think Instagram is a better example because people, you know, like use their brain slightly more on the platform. Like on Instagram, how often do you see an Instagram post that's 2 years old? When was the last time you saw an Instagram post that was 2 months old? The answer is never. You don't see it. Fresh, new, recent is the stuff that gets all of the attention. And that's great for, like, allowing people to, like, share their stuff. Theoretically, like, something that is new having benefits over something that's old is great. Because it encourages people to keep making new things. But it also means that, I don't know, like, if you lose that new charm, you lose a lot of value for a lot of people. So I'm now going to have this go back into, like, 1. I'm going to say, like that. There we go. I'm not going to have that go like this. I'll just keep piling that up there. Yeah, there we go. I scroll like 1 or 2 videos. I refuse to scroll on Instagram. I'm scared from inspiration and other things. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I also, the book, the Book of Bennett is talking about the end update. I don't think I am going to read the GTA 6 before end update comment. I don't think it adds very much value to the live stream. Also, Jonathan King says Jack Block. I am Jack Block. You know, this doesn't work. Doesn't have the same ring to it. Paula E says, watched your video on my phone whilst watching the stream on my telly. I don't have TikTok, so I won't be getting that far. I bought premium instead of membership on your recommendation. As much as I hate to say it, because I would get 100% or 70% of your membership, and now I probably get like 2% of your premium. Premium is a real high value. If you could afford one, it would be the one, right? So, you know, power to you. I hope your premium is working out well for you. So, also, Grey Fox says, hi, Togat. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for asking. I have been. I've been playing a lot of Outer Wilds. That game's been, like, absorbing me in a, I think, mostly good way. But yeah, I'm excited to play it some more. Also, I have so many red sugar boxes. I didn't realize how many red sugar boxes I did have. I'm gonna pick one up, and I'm gonna do some stuff with it. Actually, you know what, chat? I'm gonna grab a few more Nevracks, and we're gonna do the classic, very long-winded Toy Cat goodbye, which is why I've got so much Nevrack here, as well as round up what we've gone through today. So some of the biggest theories we've had, some of the most interesting theories, I think, are the idea of a wearable. Where did I put the bed? I moved it somewhere, chat. Where did I move it? The idea of a wearable has come up quite a few times, but so too is the idea of a lava sponge, the idea of a fan has been interesting. I think Minecraft adding a new mechanic would be clever, which is why so many people are excited at the idea that maybe it's not just a mechanic, but they're adding a brand new type of flying mob. It also sounds pretty hype. And we also learned that the most important thing you need in life is courage. The cowardly dog. Also, I wanted to work on the End City thing. That project's been plaguing me for a while. I need to do things with it, chat. It's a lot to like finish, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So yeah, I can't find my bed. It's rare to be able to say that. I know I have one over here though, so I'll get onto it. Even though it wastes the firework to come all the way over here into my furnace biome. I have a good idea for an end update. What's your idea? Okay, Saint has a bold idea to end up the stream with. As our last suggestion, it could be a pink sponge that you could place instead of a water bucket to break your fall that also works in the nether. If you think about it, why doesn't a wet sponge work to break your fall? It makes some sense. Also, Xavier, Adam Sony, you said Xavier in your comments, so I read Xavier. Yeah, good to see you, Adam Sony. How are you doing on this fine day? What brings you to our live stream today? How are you doing? I hope it's going well. IBX Toycat, what if the new block is that flying potato thingy from the April Fools? You know, it's funny you bring that up, actually. It's really funny you bring that up. That's all I'll say for now. Also, you know what bothers me most about Bedrock, says Grey Foxes, is there's a bug, you have to wait for Microsoft to fix it, while Java modders can fix it on Java in literal hours. Yeah, but most people don't download a Java mod to fix a bug, right? Unless you're saying the Java modders fix it, and then Mojang just implements it. In which case, that actually could be true. I think that is one of the benefits of an open source platform over a closed sourced one. Also, Grey Foxes, I need to know, are you named after the Oblivion character? I think it's the leader of the Thieves Guild. Or is that a pure coincidence? I just, you know, I need to know. So if you let me know, that'd be great. Also, yeah, I want them to update the end in some way. The new block is me, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, now available in the marketplace. Man, I feel like Minecraft collabs are doing less than they hoped, so they're trying like everything to make them better, which is scary in a way because it's a reminder that, like, you know, if Minecraft isn't meeting their targets, then who among us can? You know, if the biggest game of all time is struggling, then what hope do the rest of us have? You know, it'd be like finding out that who's widely known as the most attractive person of all time. You know, it'd be like learning that the insert supermodel here, Olivia Fox, Olivia something. No, not Olivia. It's Jennifer Lawrence. I think she was loved by a lot of people at one time. It'd be like learning that she has troubles, you know, dating. You know, like or something like that. You'd be like, well, good luck. Also, funny thing, I got this username from my cousin who gifted his Minecraft account to me. I'd have to ask him. Hey, Grey Fox, you know, that sounds like it could be a yes. And could be a yes sounds like a yes if you're feeling optimistic. And you better believe I'm feeling optimistic today. I want to eventually build cool buildings like this, but currently I'm stuck mining out an entire ancient city. So here's the thing, Nate. The advice that I would give is once you've done mining the entire ancient city, you have blocks which you can use to build things like this. So maybe you should. Why wasn't the cowl of Nocturnal in Skyrim? Sigh. Also, yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed today's live stream. I've had a great time. If you have, then don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And I'm gonna quickly switch out my cape. Because I don't, if I'm gonna be putting on the weird Steve cape. Oh, no. Didn't put it on. If I'm gonna be putting on the weird Jack Black cape, I want it to be at least the better looking Jack Black cape. It's taken too long, chat. So let's put it on. And then let's also switch out to Goofy Toy Cat. There we go. Perfect. I see nothing. Oh, wait. My Elytra's not working. Where's my cape? Oh, no cape. Oh, look how weird that looks, chat. Oh, that's strange. That's not how that's meant to look. Anyway, let's equip our cape. So yeah, this is the Menace cape. All you gotta do is watch some TikTok. And then you can have Jack Black's face staring at you beautifully. You can cut him in half too if you want. Do you want to cut Jack Black in half? If so, stay away from California. He's got a busy movie promotion schedule, and he doesn't want you getting in the way of it. Anyway, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's live stream. Make sure to check out the video if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm thinking of making some Minecraft live predictions tomorrow. Toy Cat topless. Ew. Exactly. No one wants to see it. Speaking of not wanting to see things, I hope you've all enjoyed not seeing this, because I'll not see you probably on Friday for our last stream before Minecraft Live. Or maybe we should stream tomorrow so I can be like, you know, prepped and ready. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Worst ending. Hope you enjoyed, because I've had a fun time here today. I would say a very fun time. Have you had a fun one, chat? Because I've been IBX Toy Cat.